this is Patrick, and I am making and using elevation grids as buildings in YSF. Okay, the first step is we are going to insert an elevation grid. Notice that the number of grids in X and Z are both going to be 0. This time I'm going to make a 20 by 20 cubicle building, commonly used for things like office buildings. You can make them taller for skyscrapers. This is just your basic cubicle city building. Very basic stuff. You insert a vertex. Since I'm doing them 20 meters by 20 meters, I'm doing them at -10 and +10. You only have to use 3 points to make your elevation grid. Then I'm selecting the faces. Then I'm going to raise the face to the height that I want the building, in this case 30 meters. Okay, 30. You'll notice that the sides are invisible, so you'll have to set the side walls to be visible. You can also change the colors. I usually leave them as white because in the game they show up as gray anyway. But you can make them any color you want, and depending on which side has the light shining on them, it depends on whether you can actually see the color or not. In the editor, you won't be able to see the color. Okay, so that's just a basic cubicle office building. Okay, so I went ahead and deleted that. I'm going to now show you how to make something a little smaller, like a house with a regular type of roof. This time I'm going to make a elevation grid, but this time, since the roof is going to be angled, I'll change that later. First I'm going to go ahead and lay out the actual elevation grid though. It's going to be so this is going to be 20 meters on one side and only 14 meters on the other side. Okay, so the number of grids, 0 for one direction, but like I said, since it's going to have a roof on it, it's going to need the number of grids to be 2. You can make as many grids, like if you're doing a hangar, you can have several and then have it sloped at multiple points, or you can even round the roof of it. First I'm going to select the actual nodes on the elevation grid to make it easier to find them later. Then I'm selecting the faces. I'm going to move the faces, but when I move the face, the nodes will move with the face. Okay, so I've elevated it to 4 meters, which seems about right for a house. Then I'm moving the nodes up to 6 meters, so the roof will have that nice little slant to it. You don't want a flat roof, it'll collect rain and then it'll pour in someday. Okay, this time I'm setting the side walls to brown, kind of a wooden color, maybe a dark brick color, and that's a house. So this is how you actually export it. You export it as the current object. It saves it as a .ter file. Then you will be able to actually import more of them. I have an entire collection of different size buildings. To import it, you just import elevation grid. Select the elevation grid you just saved. You can move it just like any other ground object. Here I'm going to put it side by side with the other one.